don't want to take anything away from people who have given the governor awards and the awards that have been given.
Yes.
But then you know that people oftentimes take awards with pinches of a pinch of salt.
No, Obiano has not bought any award. Very credible organizations have given him these awards. You know, unless you want to say that any person can get it. Otherwise, other people will be getting it. There are measures of performance that attract these awards to this very man, you know. And I want to tell you that the people of Anambra State have endorsed him through various groups in the state.
All right.
You know, like the ASATU, Association of Town Unions, that is Association of the President Generals of all the town unions in Anambra State, 181 of them.
We hear you, Chief,
they are on the ground to see the performance of Obiano. And if they have come out together to endorse him for a second term in office,
now,
market leaders,
if you say that,
various opinion leaders,
people campaign with false claims.
They can't be endorsing failure.
Is it false?
Anambra does not celebrate failure.
Just a minute, Chief. When you say that some of them campaign with false claims and the people will not be deceived with that, is it false when they say that local government elections have not been conducted, and when some of them say if we are elected or when they're elected, they will go ahead and do that in the shortest possible time?
I don't think that is the major determining factor on who wins local government election. Obiano has spent 3 years. It's important. It's important. Wait, he has not conducted local government election, but remember, he's been in office for 3 years and 7 months. And out of these 3 years and 7 months, the democratically elected local government administration in Anambra State had been there for 2 years. So he came in 2014, and the local government election was conducted 3 months before he took oath of office. And that democratic local government system was in place uninterrupted for 2 years.
Are the tenure still on?
No, they is expired. Then they will now have transitional members of the committees, so that the governor can plan on another election, which I can assure you, next year, 2018, there must be local government election in this state.
So that is not false when they say that has not happened?
No, that hasn't conducted local government election for a year and 5 months or thereabout. It has not become criminal on his part. Imo State has not had local government election in the past 7 years.
Well, they're not going for elections.
There are so many. No, wait now. The local government election is in the constitution for all states in Nigeria.
Subject.
So many states have not even tried it. And this is a man who has been in office for 3 years and 7 months. And he had worked for democratically elected local government officials for 2 years. And he's in transition. To get these things done,
when it becomes an issue in the elections, you don't think that there is a problem. I mean, I watched the debate on Sunday, and one of the promises of one of the candidates was to conduct local government elections within 6 months of taking over. People
who are losing the election in the campaigns are trying to clutch to any available straw to make a point, Nobody has said that for the 1 year and some months, we have a transitional government to enable local government to take place sometime next year. Has brought any mishap to the state.
Transitional.
So when transitional, yes.
I'm just curious, Chief Umeh. You do know that the kind of things that we see happening at the state level, if the federal government was to try that at the federal level, there would be a major uproar.
Of course.
I mean, I don't imagine any president saying, well, the elections in Anambra, for whatever reason, cannot hold. We're going to have a transitional government.
No, you see, the problem
for 1 year plus.
The problem with this is that the Constitution guarantees that there shall be democratically elected local governments in place. The same Constitution empowers state assemblies to make laws for the administration of local governments in Nigeria. And if the state assembly makes a law empowering a transitional committee in the local government system, it's not illegal. Because the same constitution that gave that provision, on the other hand, gave powers to the state assemblies to make laws for the running of local governments in the country. And if a state house of assembly, there's no transitional committee put in place in Anambra State that has not the backing of the state house of assembly. So it is still another part of election, because the state assembly has given it a legal backing for it to be in place. So it's not absurd.
But we'll talk about...
I agree. I'm one of the proponents of conducting local government elections. And in the present circumstance, I believe that the time is not out of place yet for you to use it against the governor. You should be talking about what the governor has failed to do in development of the state,
you don't
in
think
providing good governance.
Democracy is one of them?
It's one of them.
Because
I've told you that the House of Assembly.
Just a moment, let me land on that one. Let me land on that, because only recently we saw what happened in this state. They just up until yesterday, we don't know whether has the governor's security aids been restored now.
Yeah, his security details have been restored. And when this thing happened 2 days ago at the stakeholders meeting, the IG of police was there, INEC was there, and INEC officials were there. I saw it as a huge embarrassment to the country that a governor that has been elected to serve first term in office, and his first term will lapse on the 16th of March 2018. For any reason that is not cogent, that is unlawful, that is not constitutional, you tamper with his aids, security aids. What we are trying to do, in effect, was that the IG of police, by that action, tried to humiliate the office of governor.
We have to go on break now. We'll finish that thought when we come back from this break.